What's up everyone, welcome to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be going over how to create Google Ads search campaigns using the Google Keyword Planner. So it's one of the easiest ways to build a brand new search campaign because you can do all of your keyword research at the same time as you build your campaign. So the standard way to build a search campaign is to come into your Google Ads account and you would click on this plus sign here, create a new campaign. You would choose the goal that would make this campaign successful to you. So let's just say it's leads, and then you would come in here and select search. Now, instead of doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to tools and settings, and you're going to see planning. So under planning, we're going to be looking for the keyword planner. So we're going to open the keyword planner here, and what we can do is any of the plans that you create are going to show up down here. You can also share plans with different accounts. So this is where your shared plans would show up. But what we want to do is click on discover new keywords, and you can either start with keywords or start with a website. Now, the main reason I don't usually start with a website is because it's going to pull up way too many keywords for me. So for this example, I'm going to be using my website, farmhousegoals.com. So let's just say, for example, I take my website and I enter it here. So we'll do farmhousegoals.com. We'll use the entire website and click on get results. So when I enter my website here, you can see it pulled in over 38,000 keywords. So to me, it's just way too many keywords to go through. So what I would prefer to use is use the keywords instead. So what we're going to do is we would come back here to search, and you would want to start with keywords rather than starting with a website. We can use our domain down here as a filter, and I'll just enter 10 of the best keywords for my business. So for me, it's farmhouse decor, farmhouse furniture. Okay, so I've entered 10 of my top keywords here, and basically what I've done is I've just pulled some of the keywords from my shop. So you can see here I have bedding, curtains, decor. So if we come over here, you can see I have 10 of the best keywords for my business. And then what I'm going to do is enter my domain to use as a filter. So it's going to filter out services, products, or brands that I don't offer. So now we can click on get results, and it shouldn't give me 38,000 keyword ideas this time. So this time we're down to 6,000 keyword ideas. So it's still a lot of keywords, but it's definitely a good starting point to start building our campaign. Now, one thing you can do is come over here to grouped ideas, but it's not going to be available if you enter your website here. So what you want to do is, if you want to use these grouped ideas, get rid of your website and then click on get results. And that will give us grouped ideas down here. So you can see group by relevance. So you can see Rae Dunn coffee mugs. So if we look at some of these, it's going to pull in some of these related keywords, and we can add these directly as ad groups to our plan. Now, personally, I'm not going to be doing this because what I end up finding is some of these keywords aren't as good or as targeted. And you could just see here, Rae Dunn Walmart. So farmhouse table for sale Craigslist. So you're going to find some different ideas in here that you might not want to be bidding on. So what I prefer to do is just go into the keyword ideas and go keyword by keyword. And we can always add filters here as well. So one of the things I can do is we can add a filter, and we'll do keyword, and we'll say the text match contains, and we'll say farmhouse, farm, or Rae Dunn. So it has to include one of these words in this text here to have the keyword there. So if we click on apply, it should get rid of some of these keywords and make sure things are as relevant as possible. So now we can start building our plan and building our campaign. So what we're going to do is we're going to start right at the top with farmhouse decor. We can add it to our plan. You can also add it to an existing campaign. So if you want to expand a campaign that you've already been building, you can do that as well. What we're going to be doing is creating a new plan here. When you create a new plan, you're essentially creating a new campaign. So just look at those words as exactly the same in the keyword planner. You want to create a new ad group. So for this one, we're going to do is farmhouse decor. And then I'm going to do exact because I'm going to be targeting the exact match keyword. So we're going to click on create. Okay, so now we have our new ad group created, and then we want to use an exact match keyword. So we'll do exact match, and then all we need to do is click on add keywords, and that's going to start building our plan. So if we come over here to plan overview, what it's going to do is it's going to give us a forecast for next month based on the keywords that we've added. We've only added one keyword here, and you can see it's going to say your plan can get 25 clicks for $2.54 at a 25-cent max cost per click. So if you want to use the forecasting here, you can adjust the max cost per click. So if you set your max cost per click to $11, that's way too high. I would not set it that high, but you can see we're going to get 1.8 thousand clicks for $3,500. If we scroll down, you can see the keywords that we're bidding on. Keep coming down, you're going to see devices, locations. So you can look at some different forecasts here. But what we're going to do is we're going to come back over to keyword ideas and continue building our plan. Okay, so next is going to be farmhouse furniture. So we're going to do the same exact thing we just did. So add it to our plan. And this time we're going to do farmhouse furniture exact, and we're going to click on create. Okay, so we have an exact match. We're going to add the keywords. We're going to do farmhouse bedding, and we're going to do the same exact thing. So now you can see we have 2 ad groups created. So we're going to create a 3rd ad group. So for this one, we're going to do farmhouse bedding, exact, and click on create. So what I prefer to do is for some of these keywords with large search volume, and that might be a little bit more broad. So within farmhouse bedding, you have quilts, you have comforters, you have duvet covers. So all these different categories, I'm going to set them up as different ad groups. And within my campaign, I'm going to end up targeting exact match and phrase match keywords. So for this one, we have our farmhouse bedding exact match, and we're going to click on add keywords. So we'll do the same thing with farmhouse shelves. And I'm going to end up going through this process a little bit quicker, so I'm not going to go through each individual keyword and add thousands of keywords to a campaign right now. I just want to show you the best practice for creating a campaign, creating your plan using the Google Keyword Planner. So for this one, we'll do farmhouse shelves, and we'll do exact again, click on create. So now we have farmhouse shelves, exact, we have the exact match here, and we're going to add keywords. Okay, so we'll keep scrolling down and we'll look at some different ideas here. So let's say I want to target farmhouse dining table here. So we'll click on farmhouse dining table. And maybe for this one, we'll look for some different ideas related to farmhouse dining tables. So for now, we'll unselect it and we'll come over here. We're going to add a filter, or we'll do keyword text contains. And for this one, what we're going to do is we'll do table here and we'll click on apply. Okay, so now I'm seeing something rustic kitchen table, farmhouse kitchen table sets. So maybe for right now, I just want to make sure it contains table and contains farmhouse. So we'll do both of those, and this is going to help us build really good ad groups. So now we have farmhouse dining table. You're going to see some other things down here, so coffee table. But what we can do is you can see we have farmhouse dining table, farm table, farmhouse tables. So I can start adding some of these, but I want to make sure I'm just adding dining tables. I want to just find people who are looking specifically for dining room furniture sets and dining table sets, dining tables and chairs. So we'll come down here a little bit. Okay, so we have farmhouse kitchen table. So I would say people who are looking for a kitchen table and a dining table are going to be looking for pretty similar types of furniture. Farmhouse table and chairs. So again, just the dining room set, farmhouse dining set. So we'll take some of these different keywords here, and what we'll do is we'll add them to a new ad group. And for this one, we'll do farmhouse dining tables. We'll click on create. And for these keywords, I'm going to add them as phrase match. So I don't mind expanding these keywords a little bit. So we're going to do phrase match for these keywords, and we're going to add these keywords. And now we have them added to our plan. So now as you go through all of this and you're adding all of these different keywords here, you're going to see over on the right hand side, some are going to show in plan. And if you're bidding on these keywords in other campaigns, you're going to see in account here. So we can continue to build out this campaign. We want to come back over here to our filter, and you're going to see table farmhouse. So what I want to do is just again, farmhouse, farm, and Ray done. So we'll click on apply. So we'll add a few more here. We'll go with farmhouse wall decor on this one, and we're going to create a new ad group. As you can tell, I create new ad groups for every different keyword because I want to send all this traffic to different landing pages. I want to make sure that my ads are as relevant as possible for the keywords that I'm targeting. So we're going to do farmhouse wall decor here, and we'll do exact match. Click on create. Make sure we change this match type over here to exact and add keywords. So you're going to continue this process until you have your campaign completely built out. And then what we can do is we can come over here to our plan overview, and you're going to see our forecast is going to change a bit. So let's lower our max CPC. Let's just say we're willing to bid 76 cents. Okay, so we have a 76 cents max CPC. So over the next month, just based on the keywords that we're targeting, it's saying we can get 770 clicks for $480. You can also add conversion metrics in here. So let's just say your conversion rate is 4%, and we'll say your value per conversion is $50. So we'll click on save. Okay, so now what it's showing is our plan can get 31 conversions for $480 and a 76 cents max cost per click. So we would get 770 clicks, 31 conversions. Our average cost per acquisition would be $16. So if our value per conversion is $50, our average CPA is $16. That would be a very, very successful campaign. It's not always going to work out that well, but you can always look at your forecasts here and kind of get an idea of where you're going to spend your money. And if we come down here, you can see the different keywords, and then we can also come in here to ad groups. So you can look at some of these different ad groups. It'll show the ad groups, the exact ones. This one here is a phrase match ad group. You can adjust your max CPC here, and it's going to change your forecast. So you can start by doing all of this and forecasting all of your data. You can always come back to your plan and adjust it and change it. And Google Ads will actually save your plan as well. So if we come over here to tools and we come down to planning and we click on keyword planner again, you're going to see it's going to have our plan that we were just creating. So we'll open this plan and it's going to bring us right back to this page. So if you end up leaving this and coming back and creating your campaign later, it'll save the plan that you've created. So what we can do is we can click on create campaign now. We'll name our campaign. So we'll just do sample keyword planner campaign. Average daily budget, it's giving us a recommended daily budget of $22.71. Maybe we'll just do custom and we'll say $20 per day. And we'll click on save. Okay, so now you can see up here at the top, sample keyword planner campaign was created. Here's our forecast as of the date implemented. So 770 clicks, 19,000 impressions. So you can see some of this data here. Keep scrolling down. Now the main thing we need to do is create our advertisements and create our ad extensions as well. So if we're looking at these different ad groups, none of them have ads here. So we can start right here by clicking on create ads and create them for each individual ad group. But what we can do is we'll come over here to view campaign. So this will bring us back into the main interface of Google Ads and outside of the keyword planner. So now we're within our campaign and you can see we have our ad groups here. We have the keywords that we're targeting. And what we can do is we can start creating some advertisements. So let's open our Farmhouse Shelves ad group and we'll come over here to the left-hand side to ads and extensions and we can start creating our ads. So one thing you might want to do is just start with responsive search ads. So if we're using Farmhouse Shelves here, we'll click on create a responsive search ad. So what we'll do is start with our final URL. So we're going to send people to our Farmhouse Shelves page. Okay, so this is our page over here, Farmhouse Shelves. So we're going to take this, add it as our final URL first. You have a display URL here. So what we'll do is just Farmhouse Shelves. Okay, doesn't quite fit. We'll just do shelves. Okay, so now what we do is set up our headlines. So you can add as many headlines as possible here. So we'll just start really simple. We'll do Farmhouse Shelves for sale. We'll pin this to number 1, Farmhouse Goals, and we'll pin this to the second position. You don't have to pin headlines in specific positions. They're recommending to not do any pins within these advertisements. Usually what I'll do is I'll start with 3 different headlines at the top and pin them at 1, 2, 3, and then I'll just create a bunch of different headlines down here using some synonyms. So we can do rustic style shelves. We could do farm home wall shelves, floating farmhouse shelves. So we can target some different keywords here. And essentially what Google is going to do is it's going to use all of these keywords within our advertisements. And then whatever is performing the best, it's going to keep serving that advertisement. So if we use these first 3 headlines here, so we have Farmhouse Shelves for sale, Farmhouse Goals, maybe we'll just do free shipping over $75 and we'll pin this at number 3. So if that's the best performing headline set, then that's what they're going to continue to serve over time. But what's going to happen is Google Ads is going to keep testing all these headlines that we create, and they want you to create really unique headlines. So you don't just want to do farmhouse shelves, farm home shelves. You don't just want to use really similar synonyms. You want to make sure that you're using some different headlines here. So even something like farmhouse wall decor, and we'll add top rated farmhouse wall decor. We could do top rated farmhouse shelves. Still saying try adding a few more unique headlines. One thing we can do is click on view ideas and it's going to show us some different headline ideas here. So products or services, what does your business offer? Benefits, so what are some of the ways that our products or services help people? So you can use a call to action down here. So an example, book your hotel in Las Vegas. So maybe what we want to do is shop farmhouse decor, and then we can do shop farmhouse shelves. So now we have a bunch of different headlines here. So we can get started with creating our description lines. So we can add up to 4 description lines. And what I'll do is I'll add some of these description lines here. Okay, so we have our 4 description lines here, and you can pin these in specific positions as well, but I'm not going to be doing that for this advertisement. So now our responsive search ad is pretty much all ready to go. We have our final URL set, we have all of our headlines set, we have our description line set. So what we can do is click on Save Ad. Okay, so now we have our first ad created here. So what we can do is we can come back over to our ad groups. So we'll click on our campaign here. We'll come back over to all of our ad groups. And what you want to do is go one by one and make sure you're creating advertisements in each individual ad group. So for this one, we're targeting all these keywords here. So what we can do is come over to ads and extensions again, create another responsive search ad. To make sure this video isn't extremely long, I'm just not going to create advertisements for every single ad group, but that's what you need to do after you create your campaign. Now, the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to come over to settings. So we'll click on our campaign at the top here again. We're going to come to settings for our campaign. So we have our campaign name, we have our campaign status, our goal. So what we want to do is set our goal. So for us, you want to do sales, leads, or website traffic. I would recommend making sure that you're using conversion tracking and either using sales or leads. So for this particular website, it's going to be leads. So that's going to be my goal for this campaign. So we'll come down here and we'll click on save. So now we have leads here. You're going to see network. It's going to say Google Search Network. So include Google Search Partners. You do not want to include the Google Display Network for these campaigns. Create completely separate display campaigns. You just want to run your Search Network campaigns on the Search Network and include Google Search Partners. So we'll click on save. You can adjust your locations if you need to. So if you just want to target a specific area, this is where you would do that. Enter another location, just search your location here or come into advanced search and you can target wherever you want across the entire world. So we're going to click on cancel here. I'm just going to target the United States and we'll click on save again. Now, one thing to keep in mind with location options here, do people in or regularly in your targeted locations rather than people in or who show interest in your targeted locations. I want to target people who are actually in the United States or regularly in the United States. So we'll click on save again. Now languages, you want to set your language targeting here. So for this, I'm going to set it as English and we'll click on save. We have our budget here, so set your budget. You can set start and end dates if you need to. And then what we can do is come to bidding. So our bidding right now is manual CPC. Since we're using conversion tracking, we can help increase conversions with enhanced CPC, and we want to optimize for conversions. So we'll click on save. You can also come over here to change bid strategy and choose one of these bid strategies from the drop-down list. So you can start with a target CPA bid strategy. Say I want to set my target CPA at $25. Now, one issue you might run into is if you only have a $20 per day budget and your target CPA is $25, you might go entire days at a time without driving conversions. So your budget and your bidding should both make sense with each other. If you have a really high target CPA like $25, you probably want to set your budget a little bit higher, or what you want to do is start with one of the manual bidding options. So just use manual CPC and enhanced CPC. And that's what you can start with. And your budget is $20 per day. Try to drive as many conversions as possible and then switch to target CPA once you've started to optimize your campaign a little bit more. So now we can click on save here. So now we have our bid strategy set. We have our budget set. We can come over here to conversions. So we can choose specific conversions for this campaign, select conversion actions. So let's just say our main conversion here is going to be conversion FHG. So that's the conversion on our Farmhouse Goals website. We'll click on save. We'll click on save again. So now it's going to start optimizing for this conversion for this campaign. Everything else is set exactly how we want to. So the last thing that I would recommend doing is within your ad groups. So if we come over to ad groups again, let's say we come over to Farmhouse Shelves, within your ads and extensions, come over here to extensions, and you want to start adding some of these different extensions to the ad group level. So if we click on the plus sign here, we add a site link extension. We're adding it to the ad group for Farmhouse Shelves. You can start to create different site links. So for example, for this one, I can do things like send people to my page for farmhouse bathroom shelves, bookshelves, coat hooks, corner shelves. So I could use all those as different extensions. If we come here to use existing, we'll see which ones I have created already. So we can do floating shelves here. So we'll choose floating shelves. We have farmhouse wall shelves. So some different options within this ad group. So we'll come up to the top a little bit. Farmhouse shelf brackets is another good one. And maybe one thing we want to do is just allow people to go directly to our Farmhouse Goals shop. So this is good to get started. Add 4 site link extensions here. And what we can do is just click on save. So now we have some ad group level extensions added. We'll come over here to call out extensions, click on apply. So what we can do is click on the plus sign again, add call out extensions, and we'll use existing. We'll see if we have any good shelves here. So we can do floating shelves. We have a giveaway on our website. So we'll put join our giveaway. Keep coming down. We'll do shop Farmhouse Goals. And let's do top rated farm shelves. So this is good to get started. We could also just do top rated farmhouse decor. So 5 different ad extensions, call out extensions added to the ad group level. So we'll click on save again. So now what we can do is again, come up to the top here and we'll do structured snippet extensions this time. Click on apply. So we don't have any structured snippets here yet. So what we're going to do is click on the plus sign, create a new structured snippet. we'll use existing. So we have styles here, industrial shelves with hooks, floating shelves, rustic, farmhouse. So we have all these styles here. So you can see we have our ad set up. We have some callout extensions. We have some structured snippets here. We have some site link extensions. We have our headline 1, headline 2. Everything is set with our responsive search ad. So we're pretty much all ready to go to get started with creating our advertisements for all the other ad groups and then adding all these ad extensions to the ad group level. Make sure you set your settings for your campaign so you are optimizing for conversions. We have our max CPC set here. We could always lower that to get started. Usually I'd set my max CPC to get started around 25 cents or less. So we'll use 25 cents here. So we're all ready to get going with our campaign that we used the keyword planner to create. So essentially all you need to do is go to tools and settings, go to the keyword planner, add keywords to your plan. Your plan is your campaign. And then what you can do is look at some forecast data. You can leave the keyword planner for hours or days at a time, come back, continue building your campaign. And then once you're completed, you click on create campaign at the top in the keyword planner, and then you have it all set up here. So you just have to create your advertisements, create your ad extensions. You can adjust your bids if you need to. You can add additional keywords if you want to, and then just make sure you go into settings here so you can adjust your settings and you're all ready to go. So that's how to build a Google Ads campaign using the Google Keyword Planner. If we come back over here to all campaigns, you can see our campaign is set, $20 daily budget. It's a search campaign, and we're going to start getting some clicks, some impressions for this campaign, and hopefully it performs well because we use keywords from our website and we can drive traffic to the most relevant pages on our website, hopefully to drive some conversion. So if you have any questions about this, please leave them in the comment section. Thanks for watching my video today, and make sure you subscribe to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel.